Looks like a freaking crime scene around here, man. Oh, Lord. We got stuff over. Look, guys. We went ahead and pulled all this junk out. Look at, I mean, it's pretty bad. Some of this is really bad. I mean, this is all the old harness that came out of the car. Some of it's cut, spliced, and then spliced and cut again. But we got the old one out, so it's time to get to work and put the new stuff in. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Let me guys take you over to the bench, toolbox, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what we got. Show you the goods. Oh yeah, baby. Well, we are back at it, you guys. Back with the series of the American Autowire harness. And we are continuing on the rear side, the rear part of the car. We got the front pretty much dialed in with a few exceptions of a relay here and there for the fans and stuff like that. But I want to show you guys what you really are going to be working with. Now, this car is a little bit different, and it didn't come in the kit. And what I'm referring to is the wiring for the convertible switch, top, whatever you want to call it. But it's literally just really 2 wires with 1 extra power and that you need for the switch. It did not come with it. I don't know if they offer it separately. They might. If you guys know, put it down in the comments below. But we're just going to reuse the old one. It shouldn't be an issue. I checked the wire. It looks perfectly fine. It's literally just a 12 gauge wire. Like I said, it's just 2 wires that are going to run from the front of the switch, from the dash, all the way to the back of the motor. And then you have 1 wire that's just a constant power. That's it. But this is the new stuff that you're going to be getting from American Autowire. You have obviously a bunch of connectors. And these are a lot of the stuff you're probably not even going to use, you guys, depending on your configuration. You will use these bad boys right here. Now, you want to be mindful because we did get the one for the 71. Now, this one, these 2 connectors here are obviously going to be reverse lights, brake lights, and stuff like that. You're going to have 1 left, 1 right, not to mention the actual harness that goes from the front of the car. You got the connector here and all the way to the back. Now, the only thing about this is it's definitely not terminated on one side. It's that way you can pass it through grommets, all the different holes that you're going to be going through to the back on the trunk side. Now what we'll do is let me lace this up front, kind of put it in position. That's why we got our duct tape here as well, so we can actually mock it in before we actually dress it up. Let's get to the back of the car. Now we're in the back of the car. Now we got the harness kind of ran through the side there a little bit, and you can see that you got a couple holes right here, right? You're gonna have one bigger than the other. This is gonna be the big boy. This is gonna be the small guy right there. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go in with the harness here and then come out that way for the other side. Now, but the also thing is that you're gonna have a brown wire that says parking lights or running lights, and you're gonna have a ground with the ring on the other side of it. Now, those 2 are going to kind of be intertwined with this whole harness. You want to pull those out and don't run them with the harness when you're bringing it from the inside of the car out to the trunk. Don't do that. You're going to use them out here in the back side. Now, you're going to start on the left side with the brown, and you're going to hook that guy up to that parking light. You know, you guys have the parking light that's right here. This guy right there. That's where that brown's going to start there. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to kind of lace this in on that side and then bring it all the way to this side, because what's going to happen is you have another brown wire that comes to the other side, and you're going to end up connecting them together. You'll see here in a little bit. But the ground, you're going to start the ground on the left side, the driver's side, and that other ring, you're just going to trim it though. The other ring will actually just live right there. You always have a little grounding screw right there. You're going to use it for that. But before you do that, with the parking light, you're going to want to lace it in through the grommet. Now here we got our grommets right here, you guys. Obviously, you got the big boy right there for that side, and then you got this guy right here for the small side over here. This guy will actually live like that. So when you put this thing in, you're actually going to have it pop up like that. Same thing on this side. This grommet's actually going to poke up like this, and you're going to have your wires coming through and going down, and then through this channel right here, and then you'll have your actual lights. Your actual lights will actually dangle through the bottom of here, the actual connectors for the actual lights that basically mount to the bumper. So that's how kind of how that'll go. But what we're going to do is real quick, I'm going to fish this through, and we're probably going to just use like a fishing tape to go from here to there, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get through that channel. So use like a fishing tape or rod or whatever you guys got back there, and just stick it through there, fish it, tape the wire to it, and pull it through. But make sure you put it through these grommets, because once you get them through there, you won't be able to get them back out and then push it through the grommet. It'll be a pain in the butt. Before I get too far along, you guys, I would not be doing my job if I didn't tell you guys about this stuff. So as we're doubling up on that terminal that I told you guys about on that left turn signal, I'm sorry, not turn signal, but the parking light, that little side marker on the side here, that's the guy that's basically going to piggyback all the parking lights for the rest of the car. Now, these terminals, don't get it confused. You're going to have a couple of these terminals like this that you're going to have to crimp those wires on, because you have the double wires on that left side piggybacking to the rest of the car. You're going to have one bigger than the other. So don't get them mismatched or confused, or just don't, whatever you do, do not crimp that small one on to the other side where you're going to need the big boy, or vice versa. Just don't get them mixed up. These guys just slide right in. All right, now that we got the wires kind of ready to come through this hole here, I'm noticing that I went to go ahead and try to put some of those through this grommet, and it is like super tight. Like we got maybe 3-4 wires in there right now. There's no way we're going to be able to get all those right there. So I'm going to drill this out a little bit just to make it a little easier on us, because I mean that right now is pretty impossible. So I'm going to drill that out. Oh yeah, look at that huge difference, guys. Now we should have a little something like that coming out the side right here. I should say the bottom side. And now we can cut these, trim them the length, and put our other connector that'll hook up to our tail light harness, just like that, or pigtail I should say. But you're also going to have a 10 wire that should say gas on it, and that's actually your fuel sending unit that actually goes back to our dash harness. But we're going to probably run that through one more this way and then drop it off on the other side, because you can see our gas tank is ready to go, and we already got our wires sitting right there for our gas gauge. So we'll intercept it on this side. Now when you get ready to hook this guy up here with your connectors and you have your terminals all crimped and everything, remember you're going to have those double crimp terminals that 2 wires and then a single wire fit on. So make sure you use the correct size. Now once we get this guy put on here, now you're going to have the yellow wire. That's actually going to be for the driver's side turn signal, but easily to match so you don't mess this thing up and you don't basically pin them out correctly. Put it in there, put your connector in there, and then go ahead and start with 1 wire at a time, and then all you got to do is insert the wire, and you shouldn't have any problems when you go to connect this thing making sure they're pinned out correctly. So make sure you guys do that. Easy peasy, very simple. Pop that guy in, it should click, snap, ready to go. So just do one thing at a time, 1 wire at a time, and make sure color coordinated is correct. And you're going to have 1 for the running lights, double, 1 for the reverse light, should be that light green, and then your ground, of course, and that's it. And the rest of them should go back to the passenger side. All right, now we're all good to go here on the driver's side connector here. Now these ones got to live on the inside of the body, but we're going to go ahead and kind of get an idea the length of it, because it's going to go from there to there, and it's going to drop off right where this hole's at, right about there. So we went ahead and cut it already, with the exception of our sending unit wire, which is that light brown, because we want to leave that as long as possible because we don't know how long we're going to need it yet. But trim it back, and then you can run those in there, and that way you don't have to pull them back out and do it all over again. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some electrical tape on that before we run that inside, so that way we don't have to pull it back out. All right, I think we got this one finalized, you guys. We have the connector installed, ready to go there with our pigtail for our bulbs. Now here, these should only have two that basically you have to double up, the in and out. You have your ground, and then you have the actual parking light. That's it. And then you have this guy here. Remember we talked about, that's our sending unit. And you should have like a little sub harness that comes in the kit that should look kind of something like this. It has this little boot connector like this. This is for the old original 1971 72 button style sending unit, and it just popped right on. But we cut it off and we intercepted it. We took the actual boot off, used it in the frame, right? And then we put our connectors for our new setup from Automotive. We put that connector right there, and then we passed it through this side, and then we put our connector on this side. So literally that'll just plug in right there to the new sending unit from Automotive, and it'll look factory stock, ready to go. I like that, super clean. There is one wire, guys. I totally forgot to mention this wire, and this is actually, obviously it's the updated harness. This is normally not in this harness from factory. This is a third brake light. If you're running like a third brake light configuration, this is a drop top, so definitely not going to do that. But the reason I left it in here is that we might use this wire for a rear view camera or something like that. We might add a rear view camera in the bumper, so we might intercept it on the front side and use constant power or ignition hot, whatever we might need. We can intercept it up front in the harness up there. But that's why we left it there. If you guys are running a third brake light, you can land that wherever you want to, wherever your third brake light's at. That way it comes on when you hit the brakes. But I am digging it. We're gonna put some LEDs in there, call it a day. Now once you come up for that other grommet in here, remember you had the small one? This is what I was talking about. It comes back out from there, and then you have the two wires left over, which is that dark brown and black, and those are the ones that run to the inside of this side marker. Remember the side markers you have in there? I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but right there, boom, that's all it is. We crimp those up, put them in our socket, ready to go. We do need to add bulbs to everything, obviously, but there is one other thing I want to show you guys, is over here on this side. Once you have it all laced in, ready to go, I use these little clips, these little Christmas tree style clips that you just drill a hole. You saw us drilling a hole earlier, and we pushed it in, and that way it keeps the harness nice and tight. Let me see if I can grab a light and show you guys. All right, can you guys see? All right, you see that little clip there? That's all we're using right there. Little nice little clip, get the harness laced in, out of the way, especially this convertible. We don't want that top coming down on it or pinching anything, but everything is nice and laced in all the way on the inside of that quarter panel. But there is one other thing I want to show you guys on the inside of the car. Let's go there real quick. All right, we're back kind of on the inside of the car now, and here obviously we came from the dash side all the way down where it should normally live at, right? And we have our two wires for our, what do you call this thing, our convertible motor for the top. We still got to put just a connector on that and the connector on the actual motor, and that's it, we're done. Now on this side here though, if you look, we got it coming through there, and then that's where it goes through the convertible area, or where the top lands at. So just be cautious of where you're running these wires and make sure there's nothing going to be living there, nothing like that. But we also have a few other wires that we're going to run and live in there as well. Like that's going to be a ground and negative for maybe some amps and subwoofers later on down the road, maybe some speaker wire and stuff like that. So just be cautious of where you're landing these wires. Make sure nothing gets pinched. We are waiting on our flat loom so we can lace this all in. So that'll be all laced in once we get that. But going back to the front here, Now in this kit, you should have something, little sub harness that looks like that, and that's basically your courtesy lights, right? Your little courtesy lights, the dome light you want to call it. This car don't have a dome light. Obviously it's a convertible, you're not going to have a dome light, and it's funny, it's actually something you noticed a lot once you get in a convertible, that you don't have a dome light and how dark they are when you open the door. But you don't have a dome light, so we're not going to use that. But if you are going to use it, if you are, just say, using a coupe, or you have a coupe that you're rewiring, these are the wires you're going to hook them up to. This is going to come out of that same bulkhead connector, and it's just, you're going to basically do what we did in the back. You're going to piggyback off that guy with the connector, and you're going to plug into that guy, and that'll run alongside of your B pillar up there and up to the dome itself, right? Now, since we're not doing that, but in this harness update, they actually want you to also piggyback off that same setup, that same wire, and you'll have a little harness like this. And this guy actually is your little courtesy light underneath the driver's side right here, but it's got a nice connector on it as well. So like I said, you're going to piggyback off of this harness and connect that for that little courtesy light. But not only is it the courtesy light, it is actually also the other end of it. That's the door jamb switch. That's this guy right here. So it actually lives back up, like I said, underneath the dash driver side here. And then that's that little guy that connects to that door jamb switch. So when it grounds out or not, the lights come on when you open the door, right? So that is super important. If you don't have that guy, obviously the circuit's not going to work there. So we're going to connect, basically all we're going to do is take this connector and just connect these two wires to it. So we'll cut it, we'll shorten it up, and then we'll run it probably a little bit further up on the dash, and then connect that pigtail there, mount our light, and connect it to the door jamb switch. And that's pretty much it if you're running the convertible. But like I said, if you're running the coupe, you're going to definitely want that door, or I should say the dome switch wiring, definitely there. But I think that's all we got left as far as the wiring goes. Oh no, you know what, you're right. Speak of the devil, look at that over there. That is actually our center console. If you guys want to see the center console, put it down in the description below, or I should say put it down in the comments below, and we'll wire up the center console. It's not too crazy. We are waiting on, I want to say, the shift cable. So we still got to mount the shift cable. We got to get this car up in the air in order to do that. But I am digging it. Once we get that wire loom, we can lace this thing, and all the wiring will be done towards the back of the car, hopefully. But I think that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys like the content. Hopefully the information helps you guys out if you guys are rewiring your car. You guys already know you gotta hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button. I see you guys watching, man, but you gotta hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications, or else you guys won't know every time we post a new video. And you guys already know, stay wrenching.